So in the midterm elections, Democrats did extremely well. They gained 40 seats in the House of Representatives, which gives them a 235 to 200 seat majority. They gained 7 governorships, which brings them level with the Republican Party in the number of governors, 25 apiece. And they gained hundreds of state legislative seats, which gives them more power in our regions, the states. However, they lost 2 seats in the United States Senate, so the Republicans retain a majority there, 53 to 47. And what this means is that we're likely to have gridlock legislatively at the federal level because the Democrats control one house, the Republicans control the other, and neither side is likely to compromise and try and pass legislation with the vital 2020 elections, giving both parties a chance to regain total control over government. Even though Donald Trump it remains viewed unfavorably by the American public, there's a quite good chance that he can win re-election. The reason why is because that his opponents are concentrated in a number of states, and under our system, the number of votes does not elect the president, but the number of electoral college votes does. His voters are concentrated in a number of high-profile states, which under the American system means that he can do what he did in 2016, win a majority of electoral college votes with a minority of votes. If he does just as well as the governor candidates in each of the states that he carried in 2016 did in 2018, and does 1 percentage point better than the losing Republican candidate in the state of Wisconsin, Donald Trump will win re-election even if his job approval rating barely budges. However, you have to take a look and say that if the Democrats can keep their very wide coalition intact, they can have a very good chance of defeating him. So I would guess the chances of Trump winning re-election are a little bit under 50%, but that goes up depending on whether the Democrats nominate somebody who can keep their wide coalition from the center to the far left intact. So there's a lot of confusion about who votes for Donald Trump. That Donald Trump's general election coalition actually spans the gamut from people on the religious right to the very secular center. There's a study that was published that had identified 5 different types of Trump voters. The one voter group is the stereotypical blue-collar Trump supporter, and that person is the most economically liberal, but culturally is quite conservative. On the other end, you have staunch conservatives, the bastion of the Republican Party, people who are culturally conservative and economically conservative, and they're about 1/3 of his voters, much larger than this core group of blue-collar converts who used to vote for the Democrats. The other types of Trump voters are people who are generally moderate, but less blue-collar. They are people who swing between the two parties, and they like the fact that Donald Trump wanted to clean things up. And then the final group is a group that is economically conservative but culturally moderate, and they tended to vote for Donald Trump not because they liked him, but because they disliked Hillary Clinton. This group is the group that provided votes for people of third parties, people who decided that they didn't like either candidate, and this is the group that the Democrats need to make inroads in if they're going to make Donald Trump a one-term president.